Derby will be absolutely devastated with that result, with both the teams above them winning, and that means that they still find themselves in third place. They're 3 points off the top with a game in hand and just 2 points behind Peterborough. Paul Warne obviously would have expected much more from the game. It was iffy. It didn't excite me. There was chances, but I think we ended up with only 3 of those shots that we had on target. I believe we had 19 in total. Joe Taylor, the loanee for Lincoln City from Luton Town, he could have had a hatful himself. He was unplayable at times, and Cashin looked a bit off it. I think Callum Alder had a much better game today compared to the other week. If you're enjoying all this Derby County and Formula 1 content that's come over the past week, make sure you hit that subscribe button and keep all up to date with all my content. But again, well, not again, we won the other night, but it's another performance which isn't great. We seem to have had a few of them recently. You look back to Peterborough, I don't think we were great, and we were beaten by the better side on the day. Then you've got Bradford, which was awful. Yes, we beat Fleetwood, but that game wasn't great. Burton, you had that half an hour spell, which nearly cost us the win. And it just seems like we're having poor performance after poor performance, and now it seems like the results are reflecting the performance in 2023. I think we've lost twice, drew one, and won the others. So it's not a great start to the year, but Derby will be hoping to reinvigorate their season in the coming weeks, hopefully with a couple of signings. There's been a lot of talk about Corey Blackett-Taylor over the past few days, especially the last 24 hours, as Derby County have had a bid accepted, and he seemed to undergo his medical and have his interviews and everything last night, but the club is yet to announce it properly. But his agent and, well, it might be his agent, might be his management, have been posting a range of photos from being at the training ground and stuff like that. Then things disappeared, so hopefully that's one that we can get in. Today, Louis Sibley made the start over Tyrese John Jules and just didn't really perform. I don't know, maybe it's time that Sibley needs to move on. I like him. I think he can be a good player, but he just doesn't seem to show it at the moment. And it's been one of those where he hasn't really stepped up since that breakthrough season that he had under Philip Cocu. And it's just one of those players that he can be quite frustrating. It reminds me a bit of Morgan Whittaker when he came onto the scene. Just didn't seem to have anything about him. And I don't know what's happened to Sibley since COVID, but he's just not quite been at the level. Obviously with Corey Blackett-Taylor coming in the building, Tyrese John Jules, we've got a range of attackers now and players that can play across the front three and in that 10 role. I'm not saying Blackett-Taylor can play there, but we've now got more movement with Mendez-Lang, with Barkhuizen, and even John Jules. He can move about in the middle. So it's sort of one of those where does Sibley fit in? Because he can't sit behind. The only place I can think of putting him is left back, but Callum Alder did alright today, so I don't think there's any reason to replace him for the next game. So, but I don't know. It's difficult performance. It's a difficult one to judge because I think I'm happy with the point because I don't think we played well and I think we could have easily lost the game. I don't know about you. You'll have to let me know down in the comments what you think. But I just think we're in a bit of a struggle bus where we've gone on that winning run where we won 10 in 11 or 9 in 11 or something like that. And then we've just struggled in a couple of performances recently. It mainly stems for me from the Peterborough game, but I don't know, maybe we need some changes into the next game. Obviously Liam Thompson's coming back to fitness, Corey Smith's been pictured back in training, so he could potentially find his way back in. Today Tyrese Forner wasn't even on the bench, he was apparently ill, so that's another player who could be out of the running for the next game. But obviously all the news about Corey Blackett-Taylor, I think it's important that we don't set too high of an expectation on Blackett-Taylor. We need to give him a chance to settle himself in. And obviously, Barkhuizen and Mendes-Lang have been doing quite well recently. So I don't know who would get dropped. So let's see if he can be announced and registered for the next game, which I am expecting to happen in complete honesty. There's no way you have all that done yesterday, last night, and then nothing happens from it. But hopefully the paperwork gets all sorted and is ready to play for the next game. Get him into training on Monday. Get him at the game at Tuesday. I think we play Tuesday night, I think. So it's that January period. It's busy, and we need to pick up some wins now because I say we need to pick up some wins. We've only lost one in the league and drew today, but it's 7 points out of 12, which I don't think's good enough personally. I think we needed a few more. For me, I think we needed 12 points to be honest, but we lost those games, so that's that. Obviously, John Jules still has a long way to go fitness wise, but again, I didn't really see much from him, and it's difficult to want him to play when they don't really seem to open anything. So it's sort of like, I don't really know. And I need to see more from John Jules. I need to see more from Sibley. I think we're just a bit in a difficult place. And well, Blackett-Taylor will be our first paid signing since Kamil Jóźwiak back in 2020. So it's sort of, we've got to put a bit of perspective onto the situation we're in. We're third in the league. We haven't lost today, but it's a disappointing performance. And hopefully we can add a few more bodies. Like, there's been lots of talk about Michael Smith I think it's Michael Smith from Sheffield Wednesday. I don't believe he was in the squad for them today. So that's another striker we could get in. Obviously Washington and Waghorn are still out. So it's difficult. It's a very difficult situation to be in because we've been in some excellent form over like the back end of December into January, and it seems like the performances have now gone away and now the results are going. We were really lucky on Monday night against Burton, and today, I think we was really lucky again because Lincoln City will be going away disappointed with the amount of chances they had, especially Joe Taylor. And I don't even think they were a very well drilled, well organised side, but we've got to be able to break down these teams, and it's another example of why we need another creative midfielder, a proper number 10, which we all thought Louis Sibley would be 4 years ago when he broke onto the scene, but obviously that hasn't been yet, and he's not quite making those advancements in his development that I'd want to see from a player for a team that are challenging for promotion. You'd hope that he can pick up a goal and assist here and there, but he doesn't seem to be doing that. So there's a long way for us to go especially in this season. I think we've played 27 games now, or 26, so we've still got 20 odd games left. So what's that, 60 points to play for? Still a long way to go. We can still go and get ourselves into that automatic promotion places, and we can guarantee ourselves playoffs if we just keep performing at this level. And when I say performing, I mean picking up the results. The performances haven't been brilliant, and I think today was just another example of why I don't like poor performances, because I think poor performances breed poor results, and if you're happy with a poor performance, then the players will continue to play like that because they think it's right. But yeah, so a difficult game today. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're trying to hit 100 by February. We've had some absolutely amazing growth over the past week, hitting both 80 and 90 in the past 7 or 8 days. So I'm really appreciating the support on the videos, and I'll catch you in my next video. There'll be a video tomorrow where I'm going to talk all about the transfers of Blackett-Taylor, potential for Michael Smith coming in, even Ollie Orblaster from Sheffield United. He's another name that's been linked with the club. So keep your eyes peeled for that to come out on the channel tomorrow. And yeah, so I'll catch you in the next video.